The Akagi was not just any battleship, it was a pivotal aircraft carrier in the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War II. Originally laid down as a battlecruiser in the early 1920s, Akagi was converted into an aircraft carrier in compliance with the Washington Naval Treaty of 1922. This transformation symbolized Japan's strategic shift towards naval aviation, which played a crucial role in its early wartime successes. The Akagi's storied career, marked by its participation in key battles and its ultimate demise at the Battle of Midway, highlights its significant impact on naval warfare and the broader conflict of World War II. Early service and strategic role. Commissioned in 1927, Akagi quickly became one of Japan's foremost aircraft carriers. It represented a new era of naval strategy for Japan, emphasizing the power and reach of air superiority. Akagi, along with other carriers, formed the backbone of the Kido Butai, the combined fleet carrier strike force that became a symbol of Japanese naval might. Akagi's importance was underscored by its role in the 1st Carrier Division, a unit designed to leverage the capabilities of aircraft carriers to project power far beyond the range of traditional battleships. This new approach was pivotal for Japan, an island nation with limited natural resources, which sought to secure a vast Pacific empire to sustain its industrial and military ambitions. The Pearl Harbor Attack. Akagi's most famous operation was its participation in the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. As the flagship of Vice Admiral Chuchi Nagumo, Akagi played a central role in the surprise assault that aimed to cripple the United States Pacific Fleet. This attack, meticulously planned and executed, was intended to prevent the U.S. from interfering with Japanese expansion in Southeast Asia and the Pacific. Launching from Akagi's deck, wave after wave of Japanese aircraft inflicted devastating damage on the U.S. fleet anchored at Pearl Harbor. This attack sank or damaged 8 battleships, 3 cruisers, and 4 destroyers, and destroyed almost 200 aircraft. The psychological and strategic impact of this operation was profound, thrusting the United States into the war and marking the beginning of a series of rapid Japanese conquests. Expansion and dominance in early war years. Following the success at Pearl Harbor, Akagi and the 1st Carrier Division were instrumental in several key operations during the early years of the Pacific War. Akagi supported the Japanese invasion of the Dutch East Indies, contributing to the capture of key oil resources crucial for Japan's war effort. Its aircraft provided air cover and ground support during the invasions of Malaya, the Philippines, and the Dutch East Indies, showcasing the carrier's versatility and the effectiveness of Japan's carrier-based aircraft. The Battle of the Coral Sea in May 1942 marked the first carrier versus carrier battle in history. Although Akagi was not directly involved in this battle, it demonstrated the increasing importance of aircraft carriers in naval warfare. The battle was a strategic victory for the Allies, halting the Japanese advance towards Australia, and signaled a shift in the balance of power in the Pacific. The Battle of Midway, a turning point. Akagi's role in the Battle of Midway in June 1942 was significant, though it ended in tragedy. The battle was a critical turning point in the Pacific theater, marking the first major defeat for the Japanese Navy in altering the course of the war. Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, the architect of the Pearl Harbor attack, planned an elaborate operation to lure the remaining U.S. carriers into a trap and eliminate them, securing Japanese dominance in the Pacific. Akagi, as part of the 1st Carrier Division, was central to this plan. However, U.S. intelligence had broken Japanese naval codes, and Admiral Chester W. Nimitz, commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet, was aware of the Japanese plans. On June 4, 1942, U.S. carrier-based aircraft launched a surprise attack on the Japanese fleet. Akagi was one of the primary targets. Bombers from the USS Enterprise struck Akagi, causing catastrophic damage. A direct hit penetrated the flight deck and exploded in the hangar, igniting fuel and munitions. The resulting fires and explosions were uncontrollable, and Akagi had to be abandoned and later scuttled by Japanese destroyers. Strategic impact and legacy. The loss of Akagi, along with 3 other Japanese carriers at Midway, was a severe blow to the Imperial Japanese Navy. It significantly reduced Japan's carrier strength, crippling its ability to conduct large-scale offensive operations and shifting the strategic balance in favor of the Allies. The defeat at Midway halted Japanese expansion and marked the beginning of a series of Allied offensives that would eventually push Japan back across the Pacific. Akagi's legacy is multifaceted. On one hand, it demonstrated the power and effectiveness of carrier-based warfare, fundamentally changing naval strategy. The successful operations it conducted early in the war underscored the importance of air superiority and the mobility provided by aircraft carriers. On the other hand, the loss of Akagi highlighted the vulnerabilities of carrier warfare. The reliance on a limited number of carriers meant that the loss of even a few could have devastating consequences. The Battle of Midway showcased the importance of intelligence, surprise, and the ability to adapt to rapidly changing circumstances in modern naval warfare. Conclusion. The Akagi's journey from a converted battlecruiser to a leading aircraft carrier of the Imperial Japanese Navy encapsulates the dramatic shifts in naval strategy during World War II. Its involvement in key battles, particularly the attack on Pearl Harbor and the Battle of Midway, underscores its critical role in the early years of the Pacific War. Despite its eventual destruction, Akagi's impact on naval history is profound, marking both the heights of Japanese naval power and the turning point that led to its decline. Through its service, Akagi left an indelible mark on the history of naval warfare and the broader context of World War II.